Do you ever feel trapped by your own thoughts? Like no matter how hard you try, lust keeps pulling you back into the same cycle? Here's the truth. You're not alone, but what if I told you? It doesn't have to be this way. Breaking free is simpler than you think. Lust isn't just a feeling. It's a mental weight. It distracts you, steals your focus, and leaves you feeling powerless. We've all been there, fighting it, failing, and wondering if we'll ever get control back. The good news? You can. And it's not about willpower or some impossible discipline. It's about understanding the roots of lust and using a few simple tools to break the cycle. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to stop letting lust control your life. For good. Lust isn't just a fleeting thought. It's a trap. One moment you're scrolling through your phone, the next, you're lost in a wave of distractions you didn't even see coming. It feels like a never-ending loop. You try to focus on your work, your goals, or even just enjoying the moment, but those thoughts keep creeping in. Before you know it, hours have slipped away, and you're left feeling drained. And the damage? It's everywhere. Relationships suffer because you're not fully present. Productivity takes a hit because your mind is constantly wandering. Worst of all, your peace of mind disappears. You're stuck in a mental battle that feels impossible to win, and it leaves you questioning your own self-control. It's exhausting, frustrating, and for many, it feels like there's no way out. But here's the thing. Lust isn't as powerful as it seems. It thrives on habits, triggers, and environments, and those are things can change. The problem? You've been fighting the wrong way. Lust isn't some unstoppable force or monster lurking in your mind. It's not unbeatable. It's just a bad habit, like biting your nails or reaching for junk food when you're stressed. And just like those habits, it can be broken. Here's the truth. The more you see lust as something external, the harder it feels to control. But when you realize it's just a response to triggers, a pattern that your brain has learned over time, it starts to lose its grip. The real power lies in understanding those triggers and choosing how you respond. Think of it like junk food cravings. When you're hungry and see a bag of chips, your brain lights up. You want it. But if you pause and ask yourself, do I really need this? How will I feel after? Suddenly, you're in control. Lust works the same way. It's not about wrestling with it. It's about awareness, knowing when it shows up and why, then redirecting your focus. Self-awareness is your strongest weapon. When you start living intentionally, instead of reacting automatically, you reclaim your mind. Lust thrives in the shadows, in those moments when you're on autopilot. But with a little awareness and the right mindset, you can flip the script entirely. Now that you understand the mindset shift, let's talk about action. Breaking free from lust isn't about willpower alone, it's about strategy. Here are 4 simple steps to take control. Step 1. Identify triggers. The first step is awareness. Ask yourself, when does it hit? Is it late at night when you're scrolling aimlessly? Or maybe when you're bored or stressed? Lust thrives on patterns, so start recognizing when and where it shows up. Knowing your enemy is half the battle. Once you spot the triggers, you can prepare for them. Step 2. Replace, don't resist. Here's a game changer. Don't waste your energy fighting the urge. Instead, channel it into something productive. Feel the temptation creeping in? Get up and move. Work out. Write in a journal. Read a book. Lust is just misplaced energy. By redirecting it, you not only weaken the habit, you start building new, healthier ones. Step 3. Set boundaries. Let's be honest. Your environment matters. If you're constantly exposed to triggers, it's like trying to diet while sitting next to a buffet. Take control. Delete the apps that feed the habit, block the websites, put limits on your phone. It's not about restriction. It's about creating an environment where you can thrive. Step 4. Practice delayed gratification. Finally, learn to pause. When the urge hits, don't act on it immediately. Tell yourself, not now, maybe later. Here's the trick. Most cravings fade faster than you think. By delaying gratification, you train your brain to see that the urge isn't as powerful as it seems. Over time, those urges lose their intensity altogether. Follow these steps consistently, and you'll notice the difference. Lust isn't as invincible as it feels. It's just a habit waiting to be replaced. The power to change is already in your hands. I've been there. Late nights, the glow of my phone screen, and endless scrolling. It always started small, just a few minutes to unwind. But before I knew it, I'd wasted hours, feeling worse every time. It wasn't just about the time I lost. It was the guilt, the frustration, and the feeling of being stuck in a cycle I couldn't break. One day, I decided enough was enough. I started small. The first thing I did, I set boundaries. I deleted the apps that pulled me in and blocked the sites that fed the habit. At first, it felt like I'd lost something, but then I realized I'd gained control. Instead of scrolling, I replaced those moments with something meaningful. I started journaling, just a few lines about my day. I worked out more, even if it was just a quick stretch. And whenever the urge hit, I'd remind myself, asterisk, not now, give it 5 minutes. And you know what? The urge always faded faster than I expected. It wasn't easy at first, but over time, things changed. Now, it's like flipping a switch. Those habits that once felt unbreakable don't even cross my mind anymore. If I can do it, so can you. It's not about being perfect. It's about taking back control, one step at a time. Here's why these steps work. Your brain is like a path in the woods. Every time you act on a craving, you walk the same trail, and it becomes easier to follow. That's why lust feels so automatic. It's just a well-worn habit. But when you stop walking that trail and start taking a new path, something incredible happens. When you control your environment, removing triggers and distractions, you make it harder to follow the old trail. And when you redirect your focus, like replacing the urge with journaling or working out, you start creating a new path. Over time, your brain rewires itself. The old cravings lose their power, and the new habits become second nature. This isn't magic, it's neuroscience. Your brain adapts to what you give it. The more you practice these steps, the more you reinforce the idea that you're in control. Lust stops feeling like a battle, and you start to notice a sense of freedom you might not have felt in years. It's a process, but trust me, it works. Overcoming lust isn't just about breaking a bad habit. It's about transforming your entire life. When you stop letting those distractions control you, something powerful happens. You gain clarity. Instead of constantly fighting inner battles, you free up mental space for what really matters. Think about it. With fewer distractions, your focus sharpens. You get more done in less time, whether it's work, studying, or pursuing personal goals. You start to feel in control of your day, not just reacting to impulses. But it doesn't stop there. Lust can affect your relationships too, whether it's your romantic life, friendships, or even how you relate to yourself. When you're not caught in a cycle of desire, you can be more present, more connected, and more genuine. Your interactions become deeper and more meaningful. You're not just killing lust. You're gaining asterisk freedom, asterisk. Freedom to think clearly. Freedom to build stronger relationships. Freedom to focus on your goals without constantly being pulled in different directions. And trust me, that's a freedom worth working for. So, here's your challenge. Start with just one step today. Delete that app, go for a walk, replace one moment of temptation with something productive. Watch how quickly things start to change. Don't wait for the perfect moment, take action now. Want to build even more mental strength? Check out my next video on mastering self-control. It'll help you take things even further. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.